Morning! It's Monday morning. It's been horrific getting here yet again on a Monday morning. The central line was down, but I'm back here at St Bart's. Today I'm doing blood transfusions, so hopefully it goes a lot better than it did Friday for a blood transfusion. Oh, hopefully I'm not here all day, that'd be nice. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you in a minute. Morning, I'm back at St Bart's. It's Thursday. Rush hour journey again. I'm here on my own today, and yeah, if you can't tell, I've caught my son's viral infection. So today I am meant to be doing a kidney function test. So hopefully, they say I'm here all day. They've already pre-warned me. I'm hoping I won't be too bored. I'm also going to see if I can get a PICC line clean today. I know I got it done on Saturday, but I have no way of coming down here on Saturday, and yeah, you know, from what I'm gathering, like transport and things like that are going to be difficult now that the coronavirus is just moving crazy. So okay, I'll speak to you soon. So I'm in the nuclear medicine part, and I have to say, oh my god, what a chore to get in here. I've just mentioned I have a viral infection, and basically the secretary was like, yeah, you can't be here if you've got the coronavirus. I was like, I have an infection. Like, it's just a viral. Do you have medication for that? And I went, it's a viral. They're not going to give you nothing for viral. It's like, oh my god, do you honestly think I'd be here? And like, from what I can gather, coronavirus is similar to the flu. And if you've ever had the flu, you cannot even leave your bed. So, yeah, so I'm just here in the waiting room now, waiting for my name to be called. They've just called me. Okay, so I have had the injection done. Now, I was told that I would have a PICC line in and they can do everything through the PICC line. That is not the case. They did the injection of radioactive stuff and put it in my wrist, the same wrist as that Dr. Tool did. So I have to go back at 11:10 and have another injection. She's going to withdraw bloods. She still can't use the PICC line. And I think she said an hour later after that. I think I'll get that double checked. In the meantime, I've gone and had my PICC line dressing changed, and it's been quite itchy and irritating, and it's only been on like 5 days. So they said they think I'm having like some kind of allergic reaction to the like the dressing. So hopefully when I come Thursday for my chemo, that will be sorted. So yeah, I'm just gonna pop into Maggie's for the next half an hour before I go back down and have my bloods taken again. So I came back and had my bloods done, and I had that put in. I'm irritated about that because that's why I have a PICC line. So they've done that, and then I had to wait an hour. I had to eat, I had to have something to drink, non-caffeine, no chocolate, and then I had to go back in and have bloods taken. So and this is all to check that my kidneys are doing what they should be doing. And now I'm just waiting 1 more hour, do another bloods, and then I hope I can go home. And if it is, then it hasn't been such a long day, but still like 4 hours here, so still not great. So yeah, I'll hopefully be seeing you soon. Hi. Okay, so this week I've not been able to capture a lot of what's gone on. I spend pretty much all day in the hospital on Monday. I had to have a blood transfusion. And I was told previous week that I would only need to have 2 bags, and each bag took 1 hour each. That actually was not the case. I did have to take 2 bags, but the first bag was 3.5 hours, and then the second bag was 2 hours. So I was at the hospital for 5.5 hours, all in all, and it was just a nightmare. But yeah, I mean, I just sort of sat down, and there's not much you could do. Like, there's no TVs at this chemo ward, because I had to have the blood transfusions in the chemo ward. So yeah, there was nothing to do. It's quite busy. In fact, it's very, very busy. They've always got, like, in the part where I'm at this stage, you've always got, like, people coming in having their PICC lines cleaned, or like they have like ports, or they have like a canister which they call a pump. They have them taken out, or they clean them, or they try and like do bloods, and they're trying to get them in and then back out as quick as possible so they can get another load in. So it's super, super busy. And then I had to go back on Thursday to have my kidney function test. So I had to do a kidney function test, and I had sort of said on the film that, you know, I've got my PICC line in, everything's fine. I was told they can do it through the PICC line. That was not the case. She was like, yeah, I'm not going to touch that PICC line. Yeah, the substance that I'm going to put in you to make you radioactive. And she's telling me, and I was just like, this is why I've got the PICC line in, because I don't have very good veins. This is why I've got it in. And then, like, to save me my anxiety of having needles. And then she was like, yeah, and also the substance is radioactive. And I was like, more radioactive stuff? Like, I don't even smoke. I don't take drugs. I don't drink. Like, you're pumping all of this poison into my body. So, and again, it's just, again, another thing that makes me now have like an anxiety issue, that every time I go to the hospital they tell me something new, and it's kind of like sprung on me, and then I'm like, I don't like how it makes me feel, and I found out that actually there's a form of anxiety. So I wasn't anxious before, but now I have an anxiety issue. So that irritates the heck out of me. So anyway, so I walk in and she does it. So she, again, uses the same vein as the anaesthetist, Dr. Toole, he used, and she put the radioactive substance in my wrist. And I'm not going to lie, it killed like a bitch. Not the substance per se, the actual needle. She did it like there, like quite high up, and she sort of bent my wrist back, so I'm trying to deal with that. And yeah, so and then she sort of said, oh, you know, right, so go away for 2 hours, I need you to eat and drink to kind of flush it all out, and then come back, and then I'm going to take bloods. And I said, oh great, so you're going to take the bloods from here, right? And she was like, yeah, no, I'm not going to take the bloods from here, I'm gonna actually get a cannula in. No, I'm going to take bloods from here and then bloods from here. And I was like, what's the point of me having a PICC line in? And she was like, I know, see you in 2 hours, bye. I was like, yeah, I'm annoyed. So I had to eat and drink. And when I was there, I popped into Maggie's and spoke to the people there at Maggie's. Now, you have to be, I don't know, completely out of sync with what is going on with the world right now to not be affected or not to know about the coronavirus. So I walk into Maggie's, and the lady Janet that's there says, oh, hi, how are you? I've seen you here a couple of times before. How are you doing today? And I sort of like offloaded my rant onto her about how irritated I am. Every time I come to a hospital appointment, I'm never kind of told what's happening. And then she said, you know, how are you finding the hospital today? And I said, actually, I don't know whether I should say it, but it's like pretty empty. And she went, yeah, it's because of the coronavirus. In fact, I think we're going to have to shut down ourselves. I was like, wow, really? And she said, yeah, like all of our classes, and like the yoga classes and the physiotherapy, and they've got like a benefits lady that you speak to ask if you're entitled to benefits, and they help you out with things like that. It's a really good like centre. It's a really good centre. Especially like you can go there for chats and things. It's really, really cool, and you meet other people. And she was saying that, yeah, but due to the coronavirus, they're going to have to shut down. And I was like, wow. And this is even before Boris Johnson has even come on the TV to say he's actually not going to do anything. So I was like, wow, okay. So I kind of left there because I had to go and get the bloods taken. The baby screaming again. So to have the bloods taken. So I walked in and she calls me in straight away, and she is faffing about with my veins, and she was like, okay, so I found a really good one on this arm, and I'm gonna set you up with a cannula. And I was like, I have a PICC line! Why do you not do the PICC line? If you're gonna do the same fluffing thing, PICC line me, baby! PICC line me! She's like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Cannula me then. So she does a cannula, and she said, oh good, I got the cannula in first time. And I was like, are you new? Like, just, you know, you're just like, I don't know why you're surprised. Just do your job. So I was just like, okay, do I have to take bloods from this arm now? And she said, no, you got a cannula in now. So then I'm still like, PICC line? But okay, so she was like, so come back in an hour. So I did. I sat there and carried on eating and drinking. And, oh yeah, you're not allowed to have any caffeine. So no tea, no coffee, no hot chocolate, no chocolate. Yeah, pretty much with anything with caffeine in, don't have. Because it puts a strain on your kidneys. So, like, I'm sitting there drinking water, which I'm so sick and tired of drinking water. And I had to have like a healthy lunch. Like, yeah, I was like, okay. So I had like a healthy lunch, I had healthy snacks, I had some fruit. So these are massive changes for me, people. Massive changes. Totally could have gone for like a jam donut and a Whisper bar, but you know, I ploughed through and had a piece of fruit. So after the hour, she called me back in, took the bloods from the cannula, then took the cannula out completely. Now, I should have stayed for another 3 hours, but because of the coronavirus, they were like, no, we're literally going to do these 2, you're all cool, and you can go home. So I was like, oh, okay, you'll still get the really good results though, right, with just the 2. And they said, yeah, it's fine. So I was like, okay then. As I was kind of leaving, I was seen by Sita, who's the radiographer that I had previously met a couple of weeks ago when I first met my consultant, who had then explained to me that I'm actually back here on like Friday, which is like the next day. And I said, what was this for? And she said, yeah, no, you're back here fine. I went, no. They rung at the beginning of the week and said, due to the coronavirus, I was to have a telephone consultation. And so she went, oh, okay then. And she just kind of left it. She double checked with me in regards to, you know, that my patient transport was booked. They are more so on that now because they don't really want me travelling. And again, due to the coronavirus. And they were saying things like, you know, you need to take patient transport. There was a bit of, earlier on in the week as well, there was a bit of like a fluff up with my chemo days. So the hospital thought that my chemo started on Monday, when actually my chemo days are Thursdays. And radiotherapy, they were like, yeah, no, you have no radiotherapy booked. I had to go downstairs. Radiotherapy were like, okay, so your chemo day is definitely on a Monday, and you do have radiotherapy. So I was a bit like, oh, for God's sake, like, why can nothing ever go smoothly? And then the radiographer, this Sita, sort of came out and spoke to me and said, no, your chemo day is on Thursday. Your consultant prefers all of her patients to have chemo days on Thursdays. I don't know why. It's something that I'd like to find out myself. I also will be speaking to my consultant tomorrow. I don't know what that's for. Maybe like a catch up, maybe. I don't know. So yeah. So anyway, so I come home and I'm so poorly. Like, you must have heard in like the videos that I wasn't feeling very well. I have like a viral infection. So the baby has had a viral infection since last week, and he's pretty much given it to everyone. It is just a cold, it's just a viral infection. It's nothing sinister like the coronavirus. And I know this because when I go into somewhere, they kind of make me do a checklist of like my symptoms, and the only symptom I don't have is a fever. So they're like, oh no, so you just got a cold. And I'm like, that's what I'm saying, I have a cold. So I got home and I was just feeling so like zen that I could just sit at home Friday, Saturday and Sunday and get ready for my radiotherapy. And then the phone rings and it's someone telling me I have to come into the hospital at 9 o'clock for a chemo chat. And I was like, nope. I've had this phone call. They've said that I'm going to have a telephone consultation. And they were like, yeah, no, they want you to come and see you. Yeah, I was not impressed. So I went. And London was pretty much a ghost town. Have anyone ever done like Friday morning rush hour on the Central Line? You will know you are shoulder to shoulder, breathing in someone else's breath. It's not a good time. It was genuinely like a ghost town in the height of rush hour, which was good for me because I can't really have other people breathing on me, breathing their germs and stuff like that. So when we approached the hospital, once we got in there, we was then approached and said, right, okay, so why are you here? What are you here for? What are your names? So I told them my names, why I was there, and they said, okay, so in future you're not allowed to come with anybody because, you know, we're trying to keep infection down to a minimum. And I was like, oh my God, like, I need support. I really do need support with this. And they were like, yeah, I'm really, really sorry. We're trying to keep infection down. I was like, okay. And they went, so once you leave here, before you go to the 7th floor, could you please go and wash your hands? And then continue your day. And then when you get to the 7th floor, could you routinely wash your hands? So I was like, okay. And again, the hospital was dead. If you didn't have to be there, they were asking you to go home. So I went and washed my hands, went up to the 7th floor. I had to wait an hour. Sorry. I had to wait an hour because the person that should have been giving me my chemo talk was told not to come in because they had the symptoms of coronavirus. It turns out actually they probably just had a cold. You're pretty much were told that if you had the symptoms that you were to self-isolate, and half of these people don't even have the coronavirus, they have a cold like myself. So they had said like, this is why you've had to wait an hour. And I was like, okay. So I spoke to them. They just pretty much was like the do's and the don'ts. I was given a card. I don't have it to hand, but I was given a card, and on the card it's basically if I have a temperature, I have to ring this number. They will advise me what to do. I have to get antibiotics within an hour. I have to show that to the doctor like when I present that. I asked them what was to happen if I then got poorly myself, and they said ring us straight away and we will let you know what to do. More than likely you won't have your chemo if you are poorly, but we're really not sure. We would tell you to probably not come. And then she said, or we may tell you to come and we would just put you in a room on your own. And I was just like, they have no plan. Like, they're literally winging it. So I was like, okay, we'll have to just wait and see. I was also advised to get a digital thermometer. And they would be advising people to do that even if it wasn't the coronavirus. Because if your temperature goes high when you're having chemo, there's an infection. I have no white blood cells, or literally like none. And she was like, yeah, you're gonna get ill quick, you're gonna go downhill real fast. So she was like, you need to be aware of what's happening with your body. So I was like, okay. Yeah, and then I just went and I came home, and I pretty much have spent majority of my time in my bedroom just chilling, like snoozing on and off. I've been really tired. It's proper zapping me, so I can only assume it's going to get way worse the next week, because tomorrow is radiotherapy. So and I have to go on my own. I have patient transport books, so yeah. So I will have radiotherapy tomorrow, and I will have my chat with my consultant. Again, I don't know what that chat will be. I am really going to try hard, guys, to keep on trying to see if I can get like images of what's happening like I did the other week. I thought that was really good when I got like my planning and things like that. So I'm going to see if I can try and get that done, because it's important to me. So yeah, also people have been asking to see my PICC line, so I'm going to show you. So for those that don't want to see, or if you're a bit grossed out, forward this part. Okay, so I always have to wear this manky thing on because it's got to shield it. But if you can see, it goes into my arm here. It goes into my arm, and then it comes out. And when they want to give me some kind of medicine, they have to pull this out, and they can take bloods from here, though they haven't. Take bloods from here, they can put bloods in here, they put my chemo in here, they can do everything they want in here. They can put the contrast in here, the lot, and I have to keep it covered all the time. I'm not allowed to get it wet. Cannot get it wet, because you'll get like loads of like really nasty bacteria in there. And I have to go and have it cleaned once a week. I'm sure I said this last week. So I've already got that clean this week. And when I have my chemo on Thursday, they can clean it again. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So hopefully I will be speaking to you again next Sunday. And hopefully I'll have way better images. I feel really, really pants for not trying my hardest. But when I was on the ward on Monday, I couldn't film because there were so many people in the ward, and they were all talking, and they were talking about their own experiences, and they didn't want like me to film. So I was with Tara, and Tara kept saying like, do you want to film doing the bloods? And I was like, yeah, I will do when it's a little bit empty. But I couldn't, because it was always someone here. The nurses were always talking, and they were always talking about patients. So, and I didn't think it was fair to film that part. So, yeah. See you next Sunday. Bye.